Good morning, my fellow One Piece players. Today we're talking about the official ban list and why I'm taking apart my Lucci deck. The bans were announced last night, or I guess this morning at 6 a.m. Eastern Time. Ice Age is getting a ban, Gecko Moria is getting a ban, Jinbei is getting a ban, and Raigo. Yes, Raigo is getting a ban. Raigo and Jinbei were very, very unexpected, but it changes a lot in the meta. BY is dead. Completely dead. With Gecko Moria and Raigo gone, it kind of just really destroys playing BY. Honestly, it's still playable, but it's gonna hurt a lot without having Raigo or Gecko Moria. Without Raigo, the Blackbeard matchup is gonna be a little bit tougher, and without Gecko Moria, it's gonna be a lot harder to come back and restabilize in a lot of different points. So Lucci and BY are gonna be deconstructed for me because it's just not gonna work out. I'll miss you, buddy. However, this doesn't just affect Dofi, Lucci, and BY. It kind of destroys the BY Lucci meta. I don't think Dofi is completely dead. There have been a ton of games where I just play without Jinbei at all or without seeing Jinbei at all. I still win some, but it kind of just slows down the tempo for Dofi a lot, substantially, which is what a lot of people want. So it does slow down a bit, but it doesn't let Blackbeard take over the meta, which is nice and still makes my deck playable. Thank you. But at the same time, with the Jinbei ban, we're getting rid of decks like Boa Hancock, which was such an amazing deck. RIP, and I'm very sorry to anybody out there who was coping to play Boa. It's not happening without that Jinbei. It also destroys decks like Zoro Sanji. And then with the Gecko ban, we are pretty much destroying a lot of black decks. Smoker doesn't get that ability anymore. We can't do the Gecko Rebecca combo, which is top tier, chef's kiss. Thank you. And of course, the leader itself, Gecko Moria. Now, I'm glad Gecko is gone. And Jinbei was a unforeseen hit. Ice Age was being talked about a lot in the past week. And then Raigo was just completely random. A lot of other black decks take a fat hit because Gecko is gone. That's pretty much what's happening here. And Boa's dead because Jinbei's gone. What am I going to play next? I'm probably going to still play Dofi, but with the changes and with the Jinbei gone, I'm probably just going to sub in another 7 Warlord 4-cost 5k. One of my favorites that I've been thinking about is the 4-cost 5k Gecko Moria, where if you have 5 in hand or more, you gain double attack, which is pretty spicy, but probably not the best. We have room for the 4-cost 6k Gecko Moria now. People are probably just going to sub that in, but those are probably the two options, that or just putting it back in big bodies like Kaido, 10-drop, or 6-cost Boa. Those are the options as well. So those are probably what people are going to sub in for Dofi. The next thing besides the ban is we're getting a rotation. So starting next year, we're getting a rotation, so anything in OPO1 to OPO4 is going to be unusable. And we're getting rotation for the rest of the game, which is pretty sick because that means that we're going to have a constant change and decks aren't just going to be running the same old thing they always have been, which means that we'll be able to start only playing new things. We're not going to see people playing old stuff and, repeating the same deck list as I always have been since OPO1. So I think that's pretty cool. Does that mean that we're not going to be able to play leaders? I mean, I'm sure by next year I'm going to play a different deck, but does that mean that OPO1 to OPO4 leaders are going to be dead as well, or is it just cards? I wasn't watching. I was dead asleep during this announcement. So anyways, let me know what you guys think of the ban. Let me guys know how you guys feel about the rotations, and let me know in the comments. RIP to Boas, Lucci's, BY's, and Usopp's, because Usopp was only built to beat Dofi and Lucci, and now we don't have it. So have a good day. I gotta go get ready for locals, and I'll see you guys in the next video.